live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Transgenders in sport.
Yeah, you brought this story, so tell the story.
All right, so I don't even know. Okay, I'm trying to be politically correct here.
Okay.
There was a trans woman who competed as a man in their freshman, sophomore.
Oh, was a man. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
competed as a man.
Identified. There you go.
Identified as a there we go. Okay, in their freshman, sophomore, and junior seasons, and then decided to transition as a senior.
Okay.
And because of the rule, she was allowed to compete as a woman in her senior season. And I believe she won, I don't remember what race it was, but she won a championship in her event. And there's been some outrage. Was actually there have been people on both sides. It's kind of been a polarizing topic. And I thought it was important for us to discuss, because you remember when I sent that and the long paragraph I sent you afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first. How do you feel about it?
So this is, let me preface this by saying, for me personally, I have no opinion one way or the other when it comes to somebody's sexual identity.
Okay.
Or their gender identity. I have it one way or other. It's that, because that's what you got. That's your life. However, when it comes to sport competition, let's just talk about it from a scientific standpoint.
Right.
That regardless of how you identify and the way that you see yourself, if you were born a male and you compete in sport with females, you have an advantage that I feel is unfair, because there is clearly scientific evidence of the difference that being male and female make your makeup gives you differences in the way that your body is constructed, and therefore you have an advantage when you have a male construct. And so that's for me why I feel like it's unfair for the girls. And I even this was recent. This is this week, but when this comes out, it will be probably some weeks old.
Right.
But even in Connecticut, they just filed, some girls from Connecticut high schools just filed lawsuit against, because apparently there are a bunch of transgender females who are competing in track in their state. And the girls are just like, one of the young ladies, I wrote down what she said, that it was demoralizing to get on the court, on the floor, on the field, and know that you're about to compete against a transgender female because you don't have a chance.
Right.
That's what she said. And I said, that's so sad. Like, the picture that I saw when I read this article, they were showing the girls lined up, like they were running, so they were coming towards the camera. And it was almost like the two girls on the left side were both transgender, and the rest of the field was just female.
Right.
And they literally, you could tell, first of all, they were so far ahead of them. But the other girls, they were just like,
Right.
You could just tell they were disinterested. Like, and what am I? I'm not gonna win. So what's the point?
Right.
And that hurt me for them. Like, they work hard.
Right.
to compete at these meets and to be ready to prepare to be at these places, and then they just have to feel that way about it. That just hurt me. And even I'll just even bring this up. I didn't know anything about this until I read this article. Did you know about this?
The decrease in the amount of testosterone.
Yeah, I didn't even know that about what is it called? Intersex traits.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's some females have more testosterone in their bodies, and so even they have that is, to me, that's different.
Yeah, that's
completely different, because that's not something you have any control over.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so for me, but the Caster Semenya, who's a South African runner, has that intersex trait.
Okay.
And so she just in the Swiss courts, they just ruled, because before they made this ruling, they were forcing them to take medication to suppress their testosterone in their bodies, and so they just won to stop them from having to do that. And I thought that was good for them, because I mean, you're telling her she's not good enough, in my opinion, when you tell her she got to do something to alter who she is, but then you'll let somebody who's actually, it's just backwards to me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so to kind of talk about that, and I would like to hear your view on that. So this runner that we started talking about, she was forced to take a year of this hormonal suppressants so that she can compete as a woman. Do you still see that as
I don't
not being fair?
Well, see, you the kinesiologist. You know more than I would on this subject. But I don't know if it's just testosterone. When you're talking, again, the construct of a male versus a female body, the muscles, the everything, I imagine is different.
Yeah.
And so having her take hormone suppressants is not changing the fact that she still has the muscular buildup of a man, which gives her advantage in that in that race.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know if that's true though. You the kinesiologist, you know. I don't know.
Well, you know, so it's definitely, to me, in my opinion, it's definitely more than just testosterone. But I think the issue that's being brought here is acceptance over fairness. You know.
Yeah.
We know that these women have been fighting. Well, these trans women have been fighting to be accepted for a long time. And I don't have an issue with them being accepted and being called women. No,
that's what I'm saying. Like for me, on your personal level, on totally, that's what you choose.
Right.
Like that's not what I'm talking about. But when you talk about, you just said acceptance over fairness.
Right.
And so it's, those two things are so far away from each other for me, because that's on you. So
no, the issue is people are lumping them in the
together,
same category,
but they're not. How?
Because they feel like if you're going to accept me as a woman, you have to accept me all things woman, right? Which is where I have the problem, because this isn't an acceptance issue. This is a biochemical issue.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. It has absolutely nothing to do with what I address you as or how I see you.
Right. While you identify as a woman.
Yeah.
And I can call you a woman every day of the week. And if that's your preference, I will certainly do that.
Yeah.
But at some point, a doctor's going to call you for a prostate exam.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
when
trying
I
not to
made
be.
that joke.
Trying to be good.
But my point of that is, and that was a joke, and I stole that too. That was from my favorite comedian, D.L. Hughley.
Okay. Oh Lord, that. Okay.
I know, you know.
Okay. Okay.
But so the issue is, we will accept you as a woman.
Yeah. But
there's a fairness component. Sports is a zero-sum, you know, I don't want to say game, but sports is a zero-sum, you know, final. These people are competing for different things. And if we're going to ignore gender on a biochemical level, then just throw the whole gender thing away.
That's what I was gonna say. Just have men and women compete. Exactly, and then women will know I've got to go out and work 10 times harder,
right,
in order to be able to, you know what I mean? Because yeah, and still probably won't win. I'm gonna just be real, especially when you talk about sport like field, like track and field and stuff like that. It just good luck.
You know what though? I think some of them upper level WNBA players can take some of them NBA players. I ain't gonna lie, cause I was looking at Brittany Griner and I was like, Brittany Griner in her prime, or Kwame Brown.
What, you went of all people, really? I'm taking Brittany too then. Okay, really, Kwame? Okay.
Well, you know he got paid. He got
whatever
paid.
He did for nothing. Yeah.
He was the number 1 draft pick.
Whatever.
Who your GOAT decided to take number 1.
You know what?
Overall.
Don't go there.
You know what I'm saying? To
Don't
my
go
Wizards.
there. Don't. Yeah. To those
we had to
Wizards.
teeter on mediocrity for the next 9 years.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Can you tell I'm bitter?
We're gonna say just a wee bit, y'all. Just a wee bit bitter. But no, I mean, yeah, this issue is a hot button issue because I definitely don't see the fairness in it. I don't. That's all it is about this for me. It's the fairness. I have absolutely no problem with any of it from any other perspective other than to the women who you are competing against. Even though you see yourself as a woman, you have biochemical makeup of a man inside running through your veins regardless. And so it's just, is it fair to those women who biochemically are categorized as women scientifically?
Yeah.
Because you consider, if you are transgender, you consider yourself a woman. So I'm not taking that away from you. I'm just saying there are women who are born women, who it's not fair to when you, Anyway, I don't know what they're gonna do about it, and it's just, I don't even think it's fair. Unless, I mean, maybe she was taking the hormone suppressants for her own self anyway. Right. You know what I mean? To naturally not, have some things that testosterone would cause to come forth. So, but if somebody was saying you got to do this in order to compete, it's no difference than the intersex trait to me.
Yeah.
It's no different.
Yeah. This is a touchy subject.
It is. Because I definitely don't want, I am nowhere near, Jarrett ain't nowhere near.
Nah.
No, we ain't judging nobody. I have no feeling about it one way or the other. I just feel like we are sports people.
Right.
And so we understand the competitive nature of sport. Mm-hmm. And so that is the only aspect of this that we really are talking about here is just, from that perspective. That's it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. You know how I be trying to throw jokes in and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave my jokes on this issue alone.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, you can really just be accepted as, what you want to be.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the world will accept me as a rich white man.
Only if did you see the movie Down to Earth?
Yes. Chris Rock. Yes.
Only if that happens.
So they gotta actually
you
see
gotta
a white man
die and come back in a white man's body.
Nah, I'm good.
Sorry. So, good luck with it, okay?
Yeah. I think I'll pass.
Okay.
I like being a black man.
Okay, well.
Put the cameras on me. 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 Put the cameras on me.